Joining us from Vancouver is Ross Rebliati, a 1998 Olympic snowboarder who almost lost his gold medal after testing positive for marijuana. We're also joined by Joe Califano, chairman of the National Center on Addiction and Substance Abuse. Good morning to you both.
Good morning, Harry.
Good morning.
Ross, I'm going to go back to your story and just to help refresh people's minds. You win the gold. After the gold medal has already been awarded, you test positive for marijuana. What happens?
Exactly. I tested positive for marijuana. They basically stripped my medal from me right away, and I went through 2 appeals, which I lost both of, before I went to the Court of Arbitration, in which they just reviewed the list of banned substances and found marijuana not to be on that list, and then quickly reinstated me.
So you got your gold medal back. What is your reaction to to what has happened to Michael Phelps in the last couple of days?
Well, you know, I think Michael's experience, I felt like I could understand, what he was going through. It was definitely something that would be traumatic for him to have to experience. And, he'd be reviewing, some of his, thought processes, and, maybe he could, make some better decisions in the future. But, I definitely related with the idea that, maybe some decisions weren't made, correctly in the past, and you can, look forward to changing and being a better person in the future.
Joe, your reaction to this, because there was no more greater sort of iconic sports figure in America, maybe even around the world in the last year or two, than Phelps. This picture gets published, and there's a kind of a collective shrug around the country.
Well, I think there is something of a shrug, but I do think, you notice even that he himself issued a statement saying that he thought his conduct was not appropriate. I think the point is, he is an iconic sports figure. He is a model for kids. And this whole issue of marijuana really should be looked at in terms of kids, teenagers. Because most people will never smoke pot if they don't smoke it while they're teens.
But if they make it to 21 and don't smoke, the chance of them smoking is almost non-existent, right?
Exactly. And we know today's marijuana is much stronger than the marijuana the parents smoked in the 70s. There are more kids in the United States in treatment for marijuana dependence than there are for alcohol dependence. And we know a lot more about its impact on the developing brain as we've learned more and more about neurology here. So I think it's important for Phelps to indicate kids shouldn't do it. He's essentially said that.
Right.
But I'd like to hear him say it a little louder and a little more firmly.
Ross, let me ask you this. As an Olympic athlete, you know what it takes in terms of the dedication and everything else in order to get yourself to the top of that podium. This is a guy who's done it in a way no one has ever done it before. Some people are saying, give the guy a break. My God, the guy has dedicated his entire life to sport. Should he be crucified for perhaps a moment's lapsed judgment?
Absolutely not. Michael Phelps is a great person in the pool and out of the pool. I think that, the societies are coming together right now and realizing, that marijuana is not a dangerous substance when you compare it to the likes of alcohol and smoking tobacco. Not to mention that, but as an athlete, you have to seriously consider whether you're going to consume alcohol. Which is extra calories to your diet. It's going to make, you're not going to feel that great in the morning. It's fat-free, too. You got to consider these things. So, honestly, it's like it's the lesser of the 2 evils.
All right, very quickly.
It's hardly the lesser of 2 evils. Marijuana is a dangerous drug. It's bad for kids. Alcohol is also bad for kids. There's no question about it.
All right. Joe, Ross, thanks so much for taking the time to join us this morning. Do appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Good to see you.